Welcome, Regen Ag Nation. I want to give a shout out to the MVP of almost every meal. These baby onions are starting to get some growth. Before long, they'll start bulbing out, and come September, we'll be using them in a lot of the meals that we make. Gathered around with family and friends, enjoying good, healthy food, and that's what it's all about, really. Agriculture, we're looking to regenerate soils, make plants healthier, and ultimately that passes through to human beings. So out here looking at a field, this is actually gravity irrigated. A lot of the onions are under drip, and you know, these things do great actually in gravity. As long as you have good flat fields and you can irrigate properly throughout the season, you're going to grow good onions under this situation. You can't see in these furrows right now that are being irrigated, but at the bottom of the field you'll find some straw. Onion growers oftentimes in this scenario will utilize some straw from past wheat crops, and that actually just slows the water down as it moves through the furrows. It allows it to sub over on these beds. Another interesting thing, we were at the university station and we saw some trials where they were actually going in and top dressing some of this straw. What it does is it actually cools the soil down, which pays major dividends when we get those 3-4 weeks where we got really hot conditions, 100 plus. It's kind of a key for creating onions that grow well and they store well. So we'll follow along with that, keep you informed. But things we're looking for. This year we're looking for a lot more fungal pathogens. We've seen and heard of some things here and there. We've had a really wet spring in the Treasure Valley, and so we'll continue to watch out for that. As always, we're on the lookout for thrips. Hearing of some numbers kind of spiking just a little bit of pressure there. You always want to stay on top of it so things don't spiral out of control. But the main concern there is not just the feeding that they do, but obviously the viruses that they can transmit. So we want to stay on top of that, keep numbers low, keep adequate nutrition. We can't forget that these plants have ways of defending themselves, and if you supply them with the things that they need, not just NPK, but all the secondaries and micros that go along with that, then they're going to defend themselves to some extent, stay a lot healthier throughout the season. So don't forget, these babies are strong and tough on their own, and we can do nutritionally some things to augment that system and then come in with some protection products when it really makes sense. So as always, we want to thank you so much for joining us, spending time with us. If you like what we're doing, please subscribe, show us some love that way. And we want to remind you that farming is a tremendous amount of fun, especially when we do things regeneratively. So we'll just finish with this: make farming fun again.